When I was growing up, like many other kids, watching TV was an escape from reality. When I was watching The Box, I could imagine being anything I wanted to be. What I personally took away from the many hours of sitting in front of the telly was, wow, I could be just like these people. I could be Elvis Presley dancing to the Jailhouse Rock, or Marty McFly flying back to the future in the DeLorean. I even watched Mad Max, and I wanted to be that guy roaming the wastelands. How cool would that be? I mean, when you're an actor, you can pretend to be anything you want. And when I was a kid, the only way I thought that could ever happen, in a big way, is if I went to Hollywood.
The thing is, if you say you're going to do something, you got to do it. You can't just keep on saying, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
You've got to actually get out there and have a crack at it.
Hi, I'm Shaun A. Robinson. Some of you guys know me, some of you don't. But I'd just like to take this moment to share my personal story with you before the show gets started. Since all my interviews have been giving themselves to me and their time for the documentary, I thought maybe it's time I give it back. I was one of those kids that had a rough upbringing, like many others. My parents split when I was about 5 years old. I grew up in the middle of a tug of war between mum, dad, uncles and aunties and other family members. At 11, I was taken into protective custody and put into the foster care system. I was moved from home to home, even spent some time on the streets. Eventually, I was placed in a place called Boys Town, run by the Brothers of the De La Salle, the Catholic Church. It seemed that I was never going to get out. And if I did, would I ever recover from the trauma that followed in the years to come? After a few halfway houses, I moved to New South Wales to live with my auntie, who'd just returned from teaching in Tanzania. She had a real soft heart, but she also knew the value of tough love, without the beatings. She taught me how to take responsibility for my life and how to take it by the reins, and to be the best version of me I could be. So naturally, the flow of creativity started. Having performed in bands and getting a few acting ops, I got a real taste for this. I mean, once you get an opportunity, why just sit on your ass and do nothing? I just wanted more. So it was time to put my words into action and get out there and have a real crack at it. I guess I always thought, if you wanted to be an actor, you had to go to Hollywood. So off I went. I'm pumped. I've booked so many cool people. I've got so many cool people to chat to. It's going to be amazing. I think I had to go to Hollywood to take myself seriously. Because I thought, I'm not going to get on a plane, take off, leave my whole family behind, if I wasn't going to make a real go at it.
Oh, shit, myself.
I might not have become a success overnight, but I just wanted to see if I could get that elusive break in Hollywood. So despite never having left the country before, not having the right agent, the right visa, getting an audition, or knowing how to network, where to stay, or who to see, I mean, I was 38. I had no clue on how I was going to do any of this. The task ahead was way bigger than I thought. But with the support of my family and friends, I took a leap of faith into the unknown, and I decided to chase my dream. That trip set off a chain reaction of events and experiences that would change my life forever. This is my story, and the story of many others that have come before me and will come after me, and what it takes to make any dream a reality.
Can I film this? Please. you tell me it's going to make my job easier?
No, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I want your job to be harder. I want you to learn from it. I want you to experience. I want you to get your knees scraped up. I want you to get some bumps and bruises and cuts because it makes you a stronger person. If it was given to you so easy, your character would never develop, and you need to learn these things as a person and as a character.
Yeah.
To know what people have gone through. Because there's going to be a time when you have to dig deep and find something for your character. If you've never experienced it, where are you going to pull it from?
That's a good point.
So I'd like to see you drag through the mud a little bit, like the rest of us.
I just bought a camera. I had no idea how to use it. Basically, as you said, when it comes to technology, I'm just no good. You know, it's just, there's no other way to say it. It's like, Shaun, technology, it doesn't match.
My camera's fucked. It's just fucking broken. The whole thing, the screen's just shut itself. I can't see a fucking thing.
Battery's not going?
Actually, it was Craig Bennett from Studio 10. He's a Hollywood reporter, and I thought, well, hey, I'm going to Hollywood. Maybe I should talk to another person that's been, you know, reporting Hollywood for the last 30 years of their life.
Okay, Craig, well, thanks very much for chatting to me today. This is really cool. Thanks for inviting me into your home.
It's great to have you here,
Yeah,
Shaun.
so, I suppose I just wanted to chat to you about, you know, the industry that you're in and, you know, talking to, you know, celebrities from all over, you know, all over the world in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what got you started? What made you, that's a big job.
Well, you're a truck driver. Now, could you imagine me as a truck driver? Probably not.
Maybe not.
No. Gossip kind of frames me, doesn't it? A little more appropriately than driving a truck.
So I started doing short films, and I was like, I can do this. It's different than theater, but I can do this. So I started training in Chicago, getting more experience. And then after that, I was like, Chicago isn't going to get me where I need to go. So I need to be in LA.
So you just moved here with 3 bags
Yep.
in your car?
Yep. Well, on a plane.
On a plane?
I didn't even know where I was going to live.
You didn't even have a car?
I didn't even have a car. $1,500 in my bank account. I didn't even know where I was going to live.
Dude, that's insane.
It became this whole thing of like, I wanted to create myself, create this new Emily of like who I wanted to be. And I, for a part, like was like, let go of old friends.
I got started just by like hearing it on the radio, iPop, and I just like liked it, and I got a lot of callbacks and stuff and auditions, and I just liked it, and they liked me, and I got an agent and manager.
I made a film on a smartphone, my first film, that I also wrote, directed, and edited. And I submitted it to a bunch of competitions, and it got into the International Mobile Film Festival in San Diego. So I thought, well, I may never get this opportunity again to go to a festival where my film is screening, walk a red carpet. So I came, and on Sunday night we won bronze. We got 3rd place, so I'm very happy. Yeah, so I got an award for my first film.
The transition into acting really didn't come from anything other than something that I had written. I wrote a role for myself in that, and the film did very well critically. It was picked up by Paramount Pictures, and so it became a movie.
Well, it's a lifestyle. It's my life, and it's not everybody's life, not everybody's cup of tea, but it's something that I've been with since I was a kid, and I love the industry. I love acting, and but above all of that, I love the money that I can earn when I do that. I wouldn't be in the industry if I wasn't making a living out of it. I'm not that dedicated that I would give up everything, my life, my home, to act. But I do love it. And I'm grateful because, well, in this day of the World Wide Web, one finds out that his work has been seen worldwide.
So I grew up in the Northern Territory, in Catherine. I was inspired by my mum telling me, you should be an actor. It was really cool. But in my little town, not much opportunities for us fellas.
My mum was so passionate about film, so I got that grasp of her passion from a young age, and then that sparked something in me, I'd say.
I think you've got to be really hungry for America.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't really, I was happy to be working in Australia for the rest of my life. I didn't really need to be in Hollywood, although it would have been amazing, of course. I would never have said no to it. But I never really went hard at it.
We were doing shows in Australia, so I couldn't leave.
Right.
You know, and it's a big risk anyway. It's a big step.
Did the thought ever come across your mind to go?
Oh, it was a dream, but you know, I never went. You know, never went through it.
Why would you go if you've got everything happening?
Yeah, that's right.
And I found it incredibly difficult to get a normal job, let alone, you know, full-time work or casual work.
Yeah.
You know, I'd go out, put myself on the line, apply for numerous jobs, and just the answer was always, you're going to be a hazard for the workplace. I know. You're going to be a hazard or you'd get fucking lost in the store.
That's pretty fucking rude.
But yeah, that happened. I thought, you know what? I'm doing really well. It's one of the only subjects through school that I'm doing well at. Drama, yeah. I chose it through elective right through school.
Yeah.
Thought, you know what? I'm going to make my own profile, put myself out there, do something that I love and I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And what I love about the film industry is it gave me my first job.
Happy Feet too.
Yeah.
Now, did you go to Hollywood to LA to film any of this?
No. It was all done here.
All done here.
All done here. So, I mean, that was a gig that I more or less got off the back of doing Tropfest films. It's funny. After I worked on a feature, I made a short film. I did it the reverse way. Most people do a short film to feature. I went feature, died in task, back to short film, and then worked my way up again.
Wow.
So. But yeah, I was lucky to get a gig working as a writer initially on Happy Feet too.
Yeah.
And that was all done here through George Miller's company.
That's crazy.
KMM, yeah. So they set up a whole production digital facility in Sydney. And the whole production was done out of Sydney. So some voices were recorded over there, but most of them came out here.
So now you have a background on who I am, and the who and the why I'm doing this. Now let's talk about the actors I was able to interview. From the thousands of actors that go to Hollywood to try to make their mark. It was time to find out how they got their start. Because, believe it or not, most of them go home with their tails between their legs. Now, I love LA, but this place can be brutal for a first-timer. Many are just not prepared for the ups and downs they're going to face. Suppose it's just all part of the journey. But I reckon you really need to do your homework before you take that step. Then you got these actors that just never give up. I mean, I reckon they got more chance of winning a boxing match with Mike Tyson than they do making it in Hollywood. But yet, here they are, every day, day in, day out, giving it every single bit of what they've got. That's fucking dedication.
Man, somewhere under the rainbow, man. Somewhere under the rainbow. Wyandotte County, Kansas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what brought you to Hollywood?
Swimming pools, movie stars. Nah, it's dodge for real though. I can't help Hollywood to become a major factor in the entertainment game.
Yeah.
Whether it's rapping, acting, dancing, singing, producing, making movies, you know, entertainment.
Are we rolling right now?
We're rolling right now.
What? Oh, hi. My name is Style Dane. I grew up in a very small town in Saskatchewan, which is like middle of nowhere, farming community, ranching community. In my career, I'm very honored and privileged to have worked with, you know, Oscar winners and Golden Globe nominees and a lot. And even when I'm on those shows and on those sets and I'm working, you know, opposite Ryan Reynolds and we're doing our scene together, I still feel this sense of grounding, this sense of purpose that I've never really felt being a bartender or a server or selling hot dogs on a hot dog truck. Like
wow.
All those places in my life, I feel the most at home and the most centered when I'm telling a narrative, working on a story, and I'm opposite another actor and we're just shooting the shit and playing.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Amazing experience. Like, it's just one of those places with an electricity to it. So you plug in and get electrocuted and then you have your little come down and then you go back for the high. So
I think that people put a lot of pressure on themselves and expect that they're going to get off a plane and make it.
As the old saying, I've been saying, jump off a jumbo jet into a blockbuster.
Yeah, see,
Doesn't work.
No. And if you do have these expectations, I really think you're going to hit more walls.
I'm from the city, so I'm used to coming out here to Hollywood, but I have those dreams that everybody else has that moves out here to make their dreams come true.
Everybody that I filmed, everyone I interviewed, all said it was hard. 9 times out of 10, we fail. It's the 9 people that fail that never get up. It's the 1 out of the 10 that get up and keep going. So that's what it's all about. Out of everybody I spoke to, everyone had failed at some point, but they were still doing it. So that's what the common denominator between everybody all over out of 130 something people that I interviewed, everybody fails and everybody gets back up and dusts themselves off and keeps going. Because that's what they want. They want this.
It's your mindset, and it's a case of knowing that you are 100% ready, because no one is ever 100% ready. So even if you don't feel ready, even when you are afraid, you should just take the step anyway, because to be perfectly honest, you cannot be brave unless you are afraid.
So, about to get on a plane. Tomorrow, in fact. This time tomorrow, I'll be sitting at Sydney Airport, International Airport, waiting to board a Air New Zealand plane set to take off to Los Angeles. Yes, I'm shitting myself. Am I scared? Of course I'm scared. Am I nervous? Of course I'm nervous. Am I excited? Fuck yeah, I'm going to the States.
Oh shit, listen.
Can I film this? Please. Because I'm over it. I'm sick of people pushing me to the point where they think, oh, that case could snap. It's fucking great. I love it. I love when people fucking just keep pushing me.
stay safe, Shaun. I really want you to come back.
I'm hard on myself and I want to make sure that I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
I think there's no point in doing a job if it's half-assed.
Most people never make it. I mean, it's very tough. Behind that tinsel, behind all that glitter and the hubbub that is Hollywood, it's very tough. It's a business, show business. There are those two words. And people do wind up basically dead broke, waiting for that first break to come through.
I love it. I fucking love it. It's so good. It's just a different world over here.
I'm not acting for the money. I'm not acting for like the $1 million that you make doing a movie. I want a stable job doing what I love.
Yeah. At Rusden, we didn't study one method of acting.
Sorry.
You're yawning? Yeah. Fuck you.
Again.
That's it. I've had enough of you. Come on.
Everyone's super encouraging. There's no tall poppy bullshit here. It's just, oh my God, you're an actor? Yes, go for it. Tell me more. Like, what do you want to do? Let's get you there.
Yeah.
As opposed to back home where I was like, oh yeah, but, you know, what do you do during the day? Like, what's, you know, I act, that's my thing.
But I would like to be in a position where, which I'm not yet, I've had my successes, I've had my downfalls, I've had my ups, I've had my downs, and that's going to happen because this is what we've chosen to do. However, if I had everything I wanted, I would like to be in a position where I am working constantly. I feel like I'm in a position where, you know, I'm an unscripted working actor that is moving up, forever upwards, and I'm being paid a decent amount of money that I feel happy in a monetary sense, in a professional sense, and an artistic sense.
I think for me to be looked at as someone that's worth employing in my own country is a big deal, and I would really love to have that.
All right, so just one more question.
Like, what else? What other advice can you give me?
You want to know another question?
Yeah, I want another question.
I'm done here. See ya.
Are you serious? What, time is money, I suppose?
Time is bloody money.
Oh, okay. Bye. Well, that was Dane Noonan.
I want to be an advocate for, you know, people with disabilities, things that are diverse. Because it's hard to jump into the industry. You know, you go to the auditions and all your auditions are going to be rejections. What are the percentages going to be rejections? And you've got to have that mindset. You've got to have the mindset to go, all right, you know, I'm walking in the audition today to show what I can bring, not what I can take.
Wow.
And you walk out of I simply walk out of the audition to get it out. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't.
Once you kind of, you know, you get known for a certain kind of role, that's it. And that just keeps coming at you, you know. And we're very kind of, for some reason, very limited in what we see people in or as or, and in over there, I mean, again, sure that exists, but it's big enough that the other exists as well. And so I get seen for a whole lot of roles that I'd never get seen for.
I don't want to put people off making films, but the bottom line is, I think there's some truth in it that if it is a passion, and it seems to be for most people that really make it work, and you can't live without it. As I said to you, I don't know what it's like to not breathe, and not making films feels like I'm killing myself.
I use it as a creative, as an actor, as a writer, as a director, whatever. I always like to think, use it. That's just the two words that I'm constant. You know, if you stub your toe and you're in pain, use it. Whatever happens, your girlfriend's just called you and broken up. Whatever, you know what? Okay, speed, action. Use it.
Just because, you know, you think you got a name doesn't mean you're gonna fucking, you know.
Wait, who's this? Is somebody in here? Who's this guy? Is he important? Is he important?
I will tell you, the industry, even the reality, it's a cutthroat, underhanded, slimy, terrible industry. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, be prepared for bitter disappointment. If you can get past that, and if you can make something happen for yourself, I will tell you this, it's all fucking worthwhile.
Let me put it this way, if I got a dollar note for every bit of energy I put into making a script or a film, and a dollar note for every time I thought, that's it, I'm done, I think I would have made more money from the I'm done moments.
Now, I wish I could have put all the actors I interviewed in this film, but I just couldn't. There wouldn't have been any room for me. But no, seriously, they all have a voice that needs to be heard. Now, I realise after interviewing all these actors, it wasn't just me that was finding it tough. Not to mention the sacrifices actors make just to get to Hollywood. Let's just say there's a lot of shit you need to know before you get on that plane. And me being me, I didn't know a bloody thing. You need a visa to go to the US. And that's just to be a tourist. A 3-month tourist visa. And guess what? You can't work.
Oh, g'day, mate. It's Shaun Robinson here from Australia.
Yeah, where?
From Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, how you going?
Fine.
I'm just wondering how I go about auditioning for one of your student films. Yeah, I'm an Australian citizen.
So have you got a green card?
No.
Are you a member of SAG?
No, I don't. I'm not a member of SAG either. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to be getting paid, so it shouldn't be really matter. There's no social security number. I'm not taking any money out of the country.
I'm so sorry, we can't help you.
And there's O1s, E3s, B1s and B2s. And that's got nothing to do with bananas and pajamas. Now, working in the US is not that easy. And getting the right visa so you can work has nothing to do with talent or the fact that you want to act.
Been here about 5-6 days now. Just haven't been for an audition. Finding it really hard to even get a look in. I've looked.
Quite simply, It's a fucking nightmare. Hey guys, I'm standing here in sunny Burbank, California, outside of Central Casting. Now, many people come to Central Casting because they want to be actors, they want to be extras, they want to do something, want to be part of the film industry. But the thing is, when you come to Burbank and you go to Central Casting, you have to have the right paperwork. You can't come here on an ESTA. You have to have a green card or an O1, but you can't come here on an O1 because to get an O1, you have to have a job to come to.
This is what you get who you want to help with.
Fucking right.
Now, I can't tell you how important it is to have your friends and family support you. And you really need to establish networks before you go. It just gets so bloody lonely.
It's so fucking hard. Like, I literally now know why people fucking feel like it's just no point. Because no one wants to help you. No one wants to... They all want to be your friend. But if they can't make money from you, they don't want you.
And if you don't have that support network of friends and family, or someone just to talk to when you're at your lowest, well, quite simply, it just fucks with your head, doesn't it? And don't forget health insurance. You can't just go whipping out the Medicare card when you're in Hollywood. If you don't have insurance, one day you're okay, the next, something happens. Even with a minor health issue, your bank account can be drained within seconds. Trust me.
I've got about 12 days to go, and I've lost my fucking teeth.
$755 later, USD, in one day.
I have no idea. Going the right way? I hired a car.
That's stuffed up. Like, you know, they charged me $2.5 American for a car. Then I find out after the week and a half that I had it that it could have only cost me $800 American.
This sucks. Okay, just so you know, this sucks.
No, yeah, I know you've got, I met a few people sleeping in their cars. But that's the other thing is not everything has to be a downer. Like every time I get on here, I just start talking to people and I start bawling my fucking eyes out. It's really shit.
I'm down on some of the people that come here and expect it to be a fucking breeze. It's not a breeze. And I never thought it was going to be in the first place. I never thought I was going to get here and be like, yeah, I'm fucking good. Oh shit, my pants from fucking day dot.
So, this is my new home for the next week. It's my backyard.
I was using my credit cards and my key cards for everything. And as I was doing that, like I said, the exchange rate was sort of, you know, one bit's here, that's like, would you like to exchange? And I'm like, no, the being in LA people. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I probably need to do that. No, because I was exchanging the rate that was already exchanged. So, you know, $6,000 basically American turned into $3,000 American.
You need money. Lots of fucking money. That's what you need.
Yeah. So you get a job.
But you can't get a job.
If you're on an A1 visa,
If you're on an A1 visa, you can't. So you need money. That's number one. You need a support system because it gets so lonely here. And if you don't have good friends or a good support system, you're gonna be depressed.
But it's one of those things where you have to invest in your career. So doing a little bit of traveling, I think, is to be expected. If you think you're going to sit by and stay in your hometown and make it, you know, there's a reality check.
Turning left off Fountain onto Highland Street is stressful enough. Let alone opening an account at the Bank of America.
Good part of our world.
You know? It's a tough town.
Hello. Oh, I miss you guys. How are ya?
Yeah.
It's good to see your face. I miss you. Yeah. I've only been here 3 days. I've got another fucking 5 weeks to go.
Yeah, it was awful. I used to cry every night on the Skype.
Yeah.
And my son was young, and you know, it was.
The loneliness is a killer. No matter how self-sufficient and independent you think you are, you have no one you know. Even if you go with someone, there's no escape. It's lonely. It hit me hard. It derailed me. I look for excuses to go and not think about all that kind of stuff, which blows me away.
The people that I've been meeting have made me step up my own, expectations for myself, and what I think is a good version of myself. But then that's just pales in comparison to what these other people are bringing to the table.
You real?
Great. Cheers for having me in your studio, bro.
Say what? You sound like you from Australia, bro. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been waiting on you for 6 years, man.
Oh, well, fuck it.
You know how many people be talking about they gonna come? Shit, you came all the way from Australia. The whole Facebook be talking about, oh man, I'm coming through, man.
Yeah, well, everyone was sort of saying, I don't think anyone actually thought it was going to come over.
I believe everybody, man.
Yeah.
Whoever tell me something, I believe them. Until they show me different, and I still believe them. We had 7th and Westlake Part 1, Nino's Revenge. 200-300 people casted, several locations. I'm sitting in front of Lionsgate with the main man at Lionsgate talking about, yeah, how you gonna distribute this movie, what you need. My partner said, we don't need nothing but opportunity, man, at Lionsgate. So I got the real blueprint. And next time they see us, they're gonna have, the completed project of Part 2.
You're basically creating opportunities for others out there that are not sure on what they want to do, so you just give them an opportunity to do something.
Yeah, that's it. My thing, one of the things I do is artist showcases. Because I found out on accident, in order for me to do my thing, I had to be the person to help everybody else try to do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's great to explore and experience, so don't be hard on yourself if you end up getting caught up, partying too much. But you just kind of rejuvenating yourself and keeping that focus is important for you to get to your destination. Ask yourself, why are you here?
So, Shaun was fucking been out all night. Came home about 6:30 or so. Went to bed. And he's missed his dentist appointment, poor bastard. I'm just gonna make him coffee and shit. We'll see how he goes later.
Do you want me to feel something? I'm like, no, go back to sleep, because you don't need to do that. She's filming me. I think I was missing home. I was missing all my friends and family, and I was like, well, what else am I going to do? I can sit around in my room, or I can go out and party. So I thought, well, maybe I'll go out and meet people and party. This is not how to do it in LA. Note yourself. Do not do as I say, not as I do. One thing led to another, and I just basically got sucked into the Hollywood. I got sucked into what Hollywood provides. They provide this, fake persona. Basically you drink more, you have more fun, but it's not the way it is. It's just fucked, mate. It gives you a pretend illusion that everything's going to be great, because at the end of the day, you just keep doing that. You just keep doing that every day. Just keep fucking doing it every day, and you're going to fuck yourself up.
Is there anything I can get you?
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I gotta get up and do shit.
And an update on my teeth situation. Fucked if I know what I did with them. I'm pretty sure I spewed them into the toilet. So, note to self, don't get that wasted that you spew the teeth out.
If I would have known
how to network correctly. Because my first year, I went out clubbing, I went out bar hopping, and I thought I was doing it right mentally, but I really wasn't. Because the next day, nobody remembers your name, and you're over-exhausting yourself in the wrong direction.
So, I got caught up in the shit last night. I became a product of what shit can happen to people in Hollywood. Last night. And if you do that too many times, you're just gonna burn yourself out and be nothing and go nowhere. It's another thing, that's what a lot of people do. They come here, they get distracted by all the lights, all the cool stuff. And this happens. Oh. I'll be back.
I have a nonprofit called the We in Need Foundation. And basically what I do, I just go around. I start from my city, which is Compton, but I'll make my way downtown LA to Skid Row, and I feed the homeless. I do everything out of my own money. I don't have any help from anybody. It's just something that I feel like should be done, you know, like I do it every 2 months. It's not a lot, but to them it's a lot.
I'll pass anything weird you see.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like that shit, get that shit. That's
Yeah, Hollywood. It's got its highs, and you can live the high life. But a lot of times, it ends up like this. Contrast of life in this place is just crazy. And this is on Hollywood Boulevard, guys. See? All the glimmer and the glitz. Right? But it ends up being like that.
You got here, what was the one thing you thought, fuck, I wish I'd have known that?
Oh man, just the homelessness out here. Like everyone talks about how hard it is to live out here, like the cost of living, and like how hard it is to get a job in some spots and everything. But you're just kind of shocked because on television they always show you like the camera's always looking up at all the palm trees and up at the big houses. You know, no one's ever pointed down on the streets where
And that's where all the real stuff is.
That's where everybody is. Yeah, that's where we're all.
I mean, Shaun, this is good stuff for you to just voice over. Yeah. So here I am, I'm walking down the street.
I wish my job as a filmmaker was easier, and I didn't have to worry about the stereotypes or being judged myself. But they exist. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to make this film. On my filmmaking journey, I wanted to see who'd been affected by similar situations of discrimination or abuse. I just wanted to shine a spotlight on the fact that it's still more common than people think.
It's a fight for me every day, you know, living in the hood and trying to make it out the hood and, you know, just dealing with the stereotypes to see a gang member because he's from the hood. And, you know, everybody who's in the hood is not a gang member.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just like those day-to-day issues.
Being in an industry where being a female, possibly being objectified or looked at for what you appear to be and not what you are, I think that's the biggest battle. And for me, I believe that the resolution is coming to that internal grounding within yourself and just going, hey, nobody owns me, I own me, I'm worth it, and end of story.
So I'm one of the few lucky ones that survived child sexual abuse. And I understand what it's like to be abused by people you thought you could trust. What it's like to be the victim. So when I see discrimination, racism, gender inequality, or a young actor, male or female, or whatever they identify as, being used or mistreated in a way that's inappropriate as a sexual object or discriminated against because of their race or gender. It just makes my bloody blood boil. Just makes me want to do whatever I can do to make sure this doesn't happen on my watch. Now sure, I can't be everywhere, but wherever I am, I won't stand for it. And I think it's important for all of us to stand up to discrimination in all its form and say something when we see it. If we don't have the courage to stand up to people when they're doing the wrong thing, then that just gives them the power. And that's just wrong.
There have been a couple instances where, like, some directors that I've worked with or, like, have known have been a bit, like, creepy. But I'm also, like, I'm not naive. And I'm also, like, I know when something's happening, when it's happening.
I think things are finally, the tables are finally turning, and I think in terms of inequality, really I think the biggest lesson is because obviously you're seeing the big female stars are still getting paid considerably less than their male counterparts, and it's coming out. And it's only because they're like, them or the people around them are saying, hey, this is not okay. Are things finally beginning to change?
Okay, so we've worked before together. What can I do as a male in the industry to help out my fellow female actors and make sure that they're getting the right deal?
Well, that's a good question. I think the first thing you can do is not be complacent. Like there's that saying that says, all it takes for evil to prosper is for good men to do nothing. I mean, being silent is being complacent. If you see or experience, inequality, stand up, say something.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you're creating projects, create roles for women. We've done that on this project.
For sure.
Give women, especially in terms of like the creative part, the crew, the driving it, the producing.
Well, what I've noticed over my years as an actor is, we're quite ready for women to get their clothes off in front of the camera, more so than men. And I think that seems to be really unbalanced. And I know I've had shows and stuff where I've been the lead actor and stuff, and I've really said to the female person and the director, I don't want her to do this. There's no reason for her to be walking the scene in a bikini. That's just garbage.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That's just, why are we doing that?
Extra content for no reason.
Yeah, extra content for no reason. So, I think it's up to the men to actually stand up in a lot of cases to go, this isn't right.
But one thing I do know, and it drives me crazy as a writer, is I was actually rewriting a script. They hired me to rewrite a script the other day. And I just went through and I changed all of these support characters, like doctor, lawyer, all of these. It said, the only thing I changed was he reaches for his pen. And all I would need to change to make it a woman was she reaches for her pen. And there's no other, I didn't have to change the descriptors, I didn't have to change the personality, I didn't have to change the verbiage, I just made it a she instead of a he.
That's cool.
In the description, and I think that's what ends up happening a lot because so many of the writers in Hollywood are male. It doesn't occur to them that they're just subconsciously not even realizing that they're writing all of these support characters as males. And so you end up with this incidental gender disparity that's happening.
Yeah, the main pressure I'm feeling at the moment, to be honest, is diversity. It's great that there's that equality coming up, but unfortunately it's not tipping in my favour at the moment.
Well, let's hope that it can.
I look forward to the day where it's just, we don't give a fuck, just give us the best actor. Just give us the best interpretation that tells the story the best.
I grew up hunting, fishing, and I spoke language. I wasn't considered Aboriginal enough for the film. But that's the thing, is like I never got into the acting world to act Aboriginal. I do that every day.
You are. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to act it. Like, it's like.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If I have a look of an Hispanic person, I'm an Aboriginal who can play a good fucking Spanish character.
Dude, I can see you playing an immense amount of roles.
It just takes the edge off because then there's no pressure. It's just like, okay.
I'm sorry. Look at the size back there.
Well, at first I was inspired by Paul Hogan. I mean, hence the working title, That's Not a Knife. But over time of interviewing different people on the different trips backwards and forwards to Hollywood, I realised that the people that were inspiring me were the people I was talking to. The people that were struggling, the people that were having a real crack at it, the people that were coming home with their tail between their legs. That's fucking inspiring. Because they came home and faced the music, you know, they went out there thinking, I'm going to be a Hollywood star. And they're like, fuck, I've got to go home. I'm not going to be that star. That was inspiring because that's so hard. So I was more inspired by the people that I spoke to than the original inspiration of the film.
If you have the passion, something you really love, you want to tell a story, you want to be a part of something, you have to have the drive. If you don't, you're going to have to find it. Nobody's going to give it to you.
Yeah.
So if you hear no, that's fine. You brush it off and you walk on to the next opportunity.
If everyone thinks they're going to be an actor, that's fine. But if they keep chasing that, they're missing these little seeds on the side.
Even people who have been in the industry for a long time doesn't mean they know everything. So you can't take things personally when you get rejected because you don't know why that person is saying no.
Yeah.
And so you just go, okay, I'll move on and I'll rework it and I'll work on something else. And you just got to keep pushing through and not take it personally. The minute you take it personally, I think that's when it can be tough because you take it as an attack.
You have to be organized and you have to produce your own content. You have to do your own thing. You can't run around going to auditions and not doing anything else. You may as well buy scratch-off cards because that's about the same chance that you're gonna have in winning the lottery as making it as an actor just by auditioning.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm talking to Barry Kuntz. Kurtz. I said Kuntz.
I got your Perry.
Is this?
Did you say Perry Kuntz?
Yeah, I did say Perry Kuntz. It's Perry Kurtz. And Danny McDermott.
That is Danny. Yes, it is Danny.
Where are we at?
We're at the Barrel Bar.
Right, and what are we doing?
We're gonna be singing some karaoke.
Oh, right, that's
Come
it.
on in.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I asked everyone I spoke to what their advice was to get that creative, elusive break. And I was amazed by the knowledge and wisdom I gathered from such a collective experience. So I thought the best way to wrap up this film would be to share some of this knowledge and experience with you. Hopefully it helps you on your journey. Now, while this film has been mainly about actors, this advice works for anyone that dares to dream or has had that thought, you know, I wish I could do that thing that seems too far away. Whatever it is, I really hope this film inspires you.
If you're thinking of getting into this business, don't. Don't unless you have to. And if you have to get into this business, just realize you're gonna love it and you're gonna hate it. And you're gonna go through a roller coaster like you've never imagined. And if you're lucky and you're persistent and you're talented, maybe someday you'll make a living at it.
Know your craft, obviously, and have fun, man. And persistence. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
As soon as you give up, then what are you gonna do?
Really know that this is what you want to do as far as like the rest of your life and career-wise, and know it's gonna come with a lot of backlash from people who don't even know who you are. You just gotta be prepared for all that. But it's worth it though.
Yeah.
It's very worth it. You don't wanna have dreams and then let them pass by, you know.
Can't wait for it to come to you. I think back then I was a little bit more complacent. I was also a lot more scared about pursuing things as an actor, and you've really just got to grab the bull by the horns.
If you love it, do it.
Yeah.
You know, it is a risk, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And we do make a lot of sacrifices to be out here. I mean, being away from friends and family is the #1 sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's hard. But, you know, I love what I do.
Be prepared. Like, that is all I know.
That's cool. That's
no
good.
fucking expectations.
No expectations. You
No.
shouldn't have expectations.
No. Do you get home and you expect all your shit to be done? No.
No.
Like, do you get home and expect the washing to be magically, like, folded for no reason? No. Like, you have to prepare. You
Wait,
have to
hold
do
on.
this.
You're telling me it's not been... Who the fuck's been doing it?
Me.
So have you got any, like,
tips for other young kids that want to get into film and, you know, do exactly what you're doing?
Don't be scared. If you really want to do it, just go do it.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But if you really are into it and you really want to be on camera, just do it.
Remember why you love it. And just believe, keep the belief that you have. Don't ever, 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 ever open your mind to self-doubt, because that's what's gonna kill you.
Bro, you're Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, bro, you sure? I'm sure you are. No,
I'm
you sure?
100% sure I'm not Ben Stiller.
Fuck me, you look like him, bro.
Daniel, do you want to see ID? I'm not Ben Stiller. I'm not Ben Stiller, okay?
Okay,
I'm not
bro,
Ben
it's all
Stiller,
right,
okay?
all right,
I'm filming you, so please stop filming me.
Okay, no worries, bro.
I'm probably at the stage now, like, I've made, I can't even remember how many short films I've made. I feel like I want to make, if I'm making something, I want to make a feature. I want to sort of aim higher sort of thing. But when you're starting out, yeah, you know, web series, stuff like that, like it's so easy to get people eyes on your work. But I think when I made a lot of the films, I did it hoping to send it to casting directors so they could see me. And I think that was a totally wrong way to do it. Like, I think do it for the piece of content itself. Like, don't fucking worry about being an actor. Just try and be, you know, worry about the project, not being an actor.
Back to where we were, there's one of those, like, the editing process.
Smile a lot and be happy and work hard and don't screw up with the casting director. Go in there knowing your stuff.
There's a lot of negative talk and a lot of warnings and a lot of kind of like, don't go there, be really prepared, shit's gonna get real. And then I think when you have that really low expectation, I think things were actually a lot more positive than I expected.
Fuck off my car, dude.
Right, dude, I'm not after any fucking problems. I just wanted to get some hot or something. Don't you walk away from me, asshole.
You fucking know who I am. Fuck off.
Like, it's never too late. That's one thing that I probably would be qualified to say, starting late. If it's a burning dream inside of you and you don't honour that, it will eat you alive. So you kind of owe it to yourself.
In a nutshell, it's hard. You got to really, really, really want it. You got to be prepared to go there and sleep under a bridge if you have to. But you got to be able to go there and turn up and do your best work every day.
Yes, do you mind?
So sorry.
My advice to all actors out there, oh shit, I'm looking away. Look straight down the barrel. My advice to all actors out there, whether you're in Australia, America, Europe, New Zealand, Antarctica, wherever you are, don't give up. There is always going to be an opportunity for you, but it's up to you what you do with that opportunity. Train hard. You can't just get into acting and be like, I'm an actor, and you've never trained. Train. The more you train, the more muscles it's like a gym. You keep working those muscles in your head, it's second nature to you. It's like anything you do in life with work. Keep training. That's really, really important. Surround yourself with like-minded people. If anyone tells you can't do it, tell them to go fuck themselves, okay? Because you can do it.
Don't worry what anyone else thinks. So if it truly brings you joy and happiness to do acting, give it a go.
Accept and embrace your uniqueness. It's not a disadvantage. It can be very much your advantage and your niche, because we are all unique, and so why should we pretend to be anyone else?
You can't not work at home and come out here and expect to get something.
Right.
So, like, create your own stuff.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Because I'm like, that's probably what pushed my visa through.
Last year when I asked you for some advice, I went back over the footage and I think we went on to another subject.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but it was cool. It's good footage, by the way.
Oh, okay.
What advice have you got for young people that want to come out and just have a crack here in Hollywood?
Have a crack up in Hollywood. Don't do what you think you should. Just like Trump say, it's fake news. You gotta get out here. You gotta cry the blues. Out here lying while you're trying. Don't fake it till you make it. Live that dream. Don't go for the scheme. There's 8 million stories in the neck of city.
I'm so happy you're fucking still here.
If you have a sit and think about, don't manifest it, just think, if this was my last dying words, what would I say I wished I actually really had a go at? And I didn't care that whether it worked or not, just something I really wanted to do. If this was your last day on there, and you'll come up with things that you would say, oh, I wish I'd done that in skydive, I wish I'd done that, and then why don't you go do it now? Oh, yeah, but something might happen. There you go. That's why you haven't done it. You know, you just got to do stuff, you know? You just do it.
Pushing through is an important sense. You must push through. If that's pushing through your fears, pushing through your concerns, pushing through the difficulty of getting something made, I found all the things that have come my way that have been positive have come from just pushing that door a little harder.
Persistence and perseverance. Things don't happen unless you make them happen. And, you know, it sounds really obvious, but if you want to be an actor and you stop acting, auditioning, it's not going to happen. So I think persistence is key.
Stay true to yourself, believe in yourself, and really trust your intuition. Because trusting your intuition is basically everything. If that means yes, go for the casting. If that means no, walk away from that film. If that means yes, you are an actor, intuition's there, so you've got to trust that.
But they don't realise to get there, you've got to do all this. And everybody, yeah, and there's steps. It's like going to Hollywood, man. I'm going to Hollywood. Oh, really? Great. Let's talk in a year's time. Let's talk in 5 years' time. Let's see what you've learned and whether you still want to go to Hollywood and live that life. No?
To finish this part of my journey, before I move on to what's next for me, I wanted to share some of my final thoughts and advice and what has been one of the biggest adventures of my life so far. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Without everybody and their support and the people that didn't support, thank you too. Even for the people that thought this is a stupid idea, thank you. Because without any of this, without anyone telling me that I couldn't do it or could do it or, you know, giving me the hugs and that, this film wouldn't have been made. Would I have gotten onto any of the television shows that I've been in if it wasn't for going to LA? No, I don't think so, because I think I needed to learn. I think I needed to go to LA to learn that I didn't need to be in LA. I needed to go to Hollywood to know that I don't need to be in Hollywood. But I needed to go there to learn what other actors go through and put myself through that as well, to become a better actor. I think I'm a better actor for going. I'm a better actor for just being there and learning from other people. Would I be making it in the industry now if I didn't go to LA? Probably not. I probably would have given up because I wanted Hollywood and I wasn't going to stop until I got it. So if I hadn't gone to Hollywood, I would have just given up. I think I would have given up acting and just gone back to driving trucks, which I hated. I fucking loathed it. As my dad said, I'm the worst truck driver ever made. I am, I'm shit. But I'm better at doing this. I'm better at talking to people. I'm better at listening. Talking about me, not so good. Considering I love myself a lot, you'd think that, you know, I would be able to talk about myself so much, but not truthfully. Truthfully talking about yourself, that's really hard. None of the stuff that I've done since I first went to Hollywood would have happened if I didn't go. I think I've been taken more serious now because I'm now in debt. I'm now in debt for my career. I've proved to myself, I've cut my teeth. I've gone, look, I'm serious about this industry. I'm willing to put my every last cent into it, into my career. And I think if you're not willing to actually pay for your career and invest in your own career and invest in yourself, don't even go, don't even start. You know, just, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, why should anyone else invest in you?
It all starts with going, I can do it. Is it going to be hard? Yes. But can I do it? Yeah, I can do it. Is it going to be hard? Yeah. Does it matter? Nope. Just do it.
Biggest stories in this LA city. It's Hollywood recording, shine for shit. Hey, what's up with the OG shit like Bobby Whitney? I'ma play from Houston on Christiab crew. Shine like a king.
If you're ever in Compton, come check out Mom Burgers. 336 West Alondra Boulevard in Compton, California, man. Best burgers in town, homemade, been in business for 34, 35 years. So. Yeah, so come on through.
So you get a barrel. To the barrel, okay. I have a lot of people telling me how lucky I am.
You're really lucky, Peter.
Thank you. Hey, Pete, you're real lucky. Oh, thanks, man. Go on, you want to say it, don't you?
You're really lucky.
Thank you. I am.
I can't. Can we do this again?
Yeah, it's all right. Again.
Because I feel like it was such a big question. I kind of got nervous. I was like, woo, woo. It's the finale.
Because I can't actually ask you that
Sorry,
question.
bro, I don't understand the question. Try to live a happy life and just be kind to others and have a good time. Do what you want to do. Don't let other people tell you can't do shit, because you can do whatever you believe you can do. If you believe you can't do it, well then you can't. Sorry, but that was your fault. Love you all.
Again, we're rolling.
Oh, fuck.
We're rolling, see?
Is that dinging the fuck meter?
The fuck meter just got fucking... See, I just said it too.
That was a ding, that was a ding.
I think it might get an R rating.
Probably will.
We don't fuck around when it comes to real shit. All the glamour and the glitz and those fake ass tits. No offense.
You didn't even mention the bloody me being fucking held up or anything.
What do you mean?
I was held up in Vegas.
We were just interrupted. Oh, this is Elise, everybody. We'll be talking to Elise as well.
Yeah, I trust people too easily.
Yeah. I mean, you let some total bloody stranger from Australia into your home. Are you
I know.
serious? Fuck.
The biggest bogan in the world. No.
Just don't.
I fucking don't know what to say. I'm like, don't give up. Don't give up. I don't know what to say.
That's so good, because guess what? That just made the blooper reel.
This whiskey is the same. Now taste a little hollow. Can't shake the memory from that bar. Last round called causes a commotion. Tremors move to shake their fucking walls. And as far as I can see, it's looking pretty fine to me. Storm coming over. Where did you come from? You could be the end of me. Rush coming over. As far as I can see, it's looking pretty fine to me. Storm coming over. Where did you come from? You could be the end of me.
Do you think that the power of the rolling thing that is really loud, that hopefully will... Hey, get a shot of it. Really? That's LA for you. Everyone with a suitcase.